is David Baird. I'm the director of the School of Architecture at UNLV.
Hey, Josh Vermillion. I am an assistant professor at UNLV School of Architecture.
My name is Steve Clark. I'm the director of the Downtown Design Center here at UNLV.
My name is Randy Levine. I am the executive director for the AIA Nevada and Las Vegas chapters.
My name is Mark Roddy. I'm a visiting professor at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas School of Architecture.
I think most lay people think that architects design buildings, but really what we do is we manage processes, and we make sure that the systems and the things are in place to support the activities that go on in the buildings.
You know, architects do provide value beyond just sort of designing buildings. They can be advocates for the community.
And so architects have the ability to bring visualization to complex ideas. They have an ability to understand materials and even a process. The process of dealing with municipality can be very daunting when you have to march down to, as a homeowner, have to march down to City Hall and try and navigate that process.
Architects play many roles, actually. They are specifically educated to provide services not only in design but in planning and problem solving. So that is the role that they play in all kinds of projects. It doesn't necessarily have to be a construction project. They can solve problems for communities.
RDA 2 is a really large area. It's several corridors along some major thoroughfares through town, just west of downtown. Sahara, Charleston, and Decatur are the three main roads. And it's really interesting to look at because it was identified as an RDA or redevelopment zone because of blight. And so we've been looking at it really carefully, trying to sort of trying to understand where blight comes from, what the causes are, and how we could begin to try to erase it from a really large area.
Unfortunately, the great majority of our population goes without our services. We go without our ideas and our knowledge. A lot of times when the general public is served by architects, it's through a social service agency or some mediating agency. And so we oftentimes don't actually engage in conversations with the people that are actually on the ground that'll use the building.
How do you take all of these individual property owners and community members and actually move them to actually taking action and making change? We think that actually can be accomplished with an advocacy position, a citizen architect, an architect who would be solely dedicated to the service and commitment to that community. And that idea really is every neighborhood needs an architect. And what this architect would do would simply be a service and a resource to the over 700 community member or property owners. And the list of things that, you know, the services, the potential services that the architect would provide range from design services, permitting, working with the city, to even just giving recommendations on minor fix-ups to potential piece of property, ideas about better use of their property, all the way to looking at budgets for those improvements, working with contractors, as well as even bigger ideas where that architect could facilitate community meetings, coming with long-range plans and visioning for that community, or simply looking at planning and rezoning pieces of property.
What we're trying to do is such a large undertaking. There's so many moving parts to trying to revitalize such a large area, so many stakeholders involved. You know, architects could become the sort of glue that holds all that stuff together, sort of tries to bring this, put a plan in action, and then as the sort of catalyst to sort of get everybody involved, buy in the problem and buy in the solution.
Question. People wonder, like, how does one architect actually help a community and provide all of this service for the over 700 plus community members and property owners? Technology offers a great way for this to happen.
Sure. Well, we're proposing an app or a technology platform to enhance the role of the citizen architect. And so what that involves are components that help engage the community through social media and sort of try to forge, but also to maintain community engagement or community involvement. It's been an issue with the RDA2. There's also a portion that sort of streamlines a very complicated process of sort of identifying an improvement you want to make in your property, but then how do you take it to the next level and go through all the steps. So we see this as a way, as a conduit to sort of push people through that process of identifying what the problem is, diagnosing it, what's the best way to fix it, what value is provided in that, how to make a simple budget for it, how to find people to actually do the work, contractors, and how to maybe even find funding or at least matching funding to sort of make it happen.
Every community can use the skills of an architect. They, as I said, are problem solvers, and when you look at a community that needs revitalization, it is the architect who can help to organize those efforts and bring the planning and the vision to upgrade the lives of the people who live in that community.
I think it was funny, I had, through a design charrette this morning, one of the community members, the students were showing them some drawings. And so, you know, very much like a designer, the way we communicate is through graphics. And the fellow who was a leader in the community looked at it and said, "You guys are like Moses. You help us visualize. You tell us the story." And so I never had anyone say that before. And, you know, it helped them see the way.
The idea that every neighborhood needs an architect can help solve the problem of blight in RDA2 through an advocacy position, meaning that the architect can actually be for that community. That architect's not serving other clients, but their one primary client and their focus long term is serving that particular community. And you can just think about that. Just imagine the possibility of an architect that can focus on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis, of looking at the community, understanding where blight is, tracking it, and actually working one-on-one with community members to educate them and to help them solve the blight problem.